Okay, next module we're going to talk about is the A-240 post-planning report or brief. Okay, again, you should go get the last copy of the brief that was performed for your organization and update that for your boat. So what this is a brief that is done after solicitation has finished. Typically it's at A-240. So once the government says they are done soliciting bids, you should start drafting this brief. Typically we like to present this to the maintenance team 14 days after solicitation is finished. So with this brief comes an agenda. You have the planning team. You have the milestones you work to. Those come out of your latest TI. We talk about the meetings that QED participated in. And then there's an overview of the work package and what ORs they're assigned to. There's a ship check summary. We tell the maintenance team how many ship checks we did and how many we didn't do and which ones we didn't do and why we didn't do them. There's a PCFR summary here. It tells them how many PCFRs were written, how many PCFRs are results of ship check findings, and we come up with categorizations for all the PCFRs. And then we get into the errata summary, the errata tracker summary. So you go back to your errata tracker and you pull the data off the errata tracker and fill in these numbers. So you're trying to tell them where changes, how many changes were in paragraph 1s of your WIs, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Fill in the data. Okay, there's a separate sheet here. How many erratas affected CNAs? So we can pass this on to code 500 so that we can make sure they have the updated CNA data. These are the changes in the errata that are recommended template changes, so we can pass that on to the government. Here's a summary status. What is the overall cost of the summary? How many line items of material? How many items were put into MRQT? This shows the progression of planning when we were ahead or behind. Solid lines mean that's the actuals. Dotted lines are the projections. Of course, you want the solid lines to be above the dotted lines in all areas. Duration analysis. This comes from the duration analysis team. You can get this information out of your APS turnover book. Execution timeline. This comes from the government. You can get this from the IPTD meetings. And then if there's the post-award supplemental package, this is the data off of the post-award packages, because typically this part of the planning has not been completed. So this is what's yet to be accomplished. Okay, and once you finish this report, we send it to our project managers for their review, and we set up a meeting with the government, ask them what type of meeting and who they want to invite. And once that's decided, we'll sit down with, and sometimes they don't have a need to sit down and talk about it, and they just want a hard copy of the report. So they can either sit down and talk to us about it or just receive the report. And when they just receive the report, we like to write a PCFR documenting that the maintenance team did not want to have a sit-down meeting, and you need to have email confirmation on that to add to the PCFR. So this concludes the A-240 brief discussion.